Isn't that cool? That's cool, right? And look, I got my countdown. Mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What's going on? Can you hear me? We got audio. We got video. What's up, fellas? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me see.
There you go.
Huh?
Now I'm good.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, look, hope y'all tapped in on the live screen by chance. I want to see if they can hear this. I hope not.
Y'all hear me?
No, I'm talking about
Yeah,
on the
now-
live. I just want to make sure that like they don't see or hear us talking. We should be in the green room right now where they can't hear us. But nonetheless, man, if y'all are on phones, take them and turn them sideways for me. That way the video quality will line up with the placement in the next shot.
Okay.
So I appreciate that. So like I said, well, I don't know if I said it or not, but I'll tell you. So when we talk about the recruiting process, right? I just want to get that out the way. That way, you know, I'm not putting you on the spot. It's for you to do on your time when you're ready and all that good stuff, man. When we talk about the whole idea of recruiting, it's going to be more so what was your breaking point, right? You know, at what point did you first get contacted? You know, how did you get contacted? And then if you're comfortable with it, you know, talk about, you know, what you look for in a program, right? Um,
Mhm.
if you're good with that, we can talk about it. If you're not, that's okay too, because that's why we're talking now before we go live. I just want to make
Oh
sure,
yeah.
you know, we're on the same page as far as what you want to talk about, what you don't want to talk about.
Yeah. I think you said it well. As far as the recruiting stuff goes.
Say again.
I said I think you said it well. As far as the recruiting stuff goes, it's nothing that I really don't want to talk about. It's just like as far as like the decision conversations, like we can limit those.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, you know, I'll look for that when you drop it. You know, when the time is right for you to do it. But this is more so a nice guidance for you know other student athletes that might not have the same blessings that you have, right? And it's a great opportunity for them to listen to your story and see, you know, maybe they change their game, right? Maybe they change how they reach out to people. Maybe they change how they, you know, they work out and so on and so forth, man. So that's kind of the idea
Right.
of what this is all about. Sound good?
Okay. Yep. Definitely. Can y'all see me? I
Yeah.
can't see y'all.
Yeah. No, it's cool, man. We're in the green room right now, so like I see both of y'all on my little thumbnail, but y'all can't. Y'all don't see me at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I gonna be able to see y'all though?
Oh yeah. You'll definitely see us here in a minute. I'm about to drop that heat.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you can't see nothing.
Yeah.
I would say the live looks good. It's just got the splash
Yep.
screen, right?
Yeah. It's like inverted. Like is it supposed to be like that? Like if I move my head right, it's gonna go left.
What you talking about? Oh, you talking about your picture? Are you talking about your video?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you're not mirrored.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So cool. So the recruiting process, I think we got the understanding of, you know, it's just how it started, right? You know, what was your breaking point, and then were you comfortable talking about, you know, what you look for in a program, or did you want to leave that out as a whole?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
All right. Yeah, like I said, man, I just don't want to put you on the spot. That's not what this is about, man. So
Definitely.
that's why we linked up a few minutes before we went live. What you think, McCann? What you got?
That's good with me. Long, I trust you and everything. And, that's some easy questions. It'll probably help with all these schools that keep calling me all day about them.
Yeah, man. So,
So-
because what we'll do is we'll kind of just walk through your high school career. So I'll start the show, right? And then I'll do the whole little
Yep.
intro. Welcome back to Studio 39, blah blah blah, right? And then you know,
Yep.
I'll introduce Coach McKinn, you know, as you know, a returning guest. And then obviously I'll bring you in, you know, my man Jimmy the Bear Scott, you know, from upstate New York. And then you know, we'll go from there. And at that point, that's when I'll kind of talk to you about, you know, if you had a football season, which I think New York did they play ball this year, or is it spring
Not
ball?
yet. Spring ball, yeah.
Okay, yep. So we'll talk about what you've been doing to prepare for the football season with the extended time off, right? And then we'll talk about you know, what you look like in the classroom, how your grades look, you know, the standard. And then when we talk about recruiting, we already talked about that. And then we'll move from that to I'll have, you know, throughout the segment, since Coach McCann's your right hand man, I'll have him kind of chime in and, you know, and kind of spice you up you know, a little bit more so than you might already do. Right? And then at the end, we'll stop talking about football. We'll stop talking about you as a student athlete. We'll talk about you as a person, man. So that's a great time where you can tell us who you are outside of the game. You know, you got LEDs in the back. Do you stream? Do you listen to, you know, what's your favorite music? You know, are you a sneakerhead? Do you play video games? Like anything that's relevant to who you are as a person, man. Obviously, you're still a young man. You're still a kid per se. You're still growing. But I think that's great to get a snapshot of who you are outside of the game.
Definitely, definitely.
Cool. So, with that, do we have any additional questions? Either of you, anything that y'all want to talk about? Because like I said, we're going live in T minus 60 seconds.
I'm good, man. I'll follow your lead.
All right, man. Look, and if I mess up, yo, just call me out because we're live, and this is my first live segment on my brand new live software. So I'm still trying to
Oh,
figure
it's
it out.
live. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is live. This ain't gonna be recorded. That's why I said, man. You know, post it on your social media. Tell people to tap in because you know what we got 30 seconds countdown. So you are going to be guest number 3, and you will be guest number. Oh no, sorry. You'll be guest number 1. You'll be guest number 2. Bang! That way, when we drop in 14 seconds, y'all ready? Y'all ready to have some fun?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see how it goes. Bang, bang. Welcome back to Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. I'm Rob Odie. This is Spotlight 39. For the first time coming to you live, what do you think? Tell me about the graphics. Tell me about the feel. You tell me, man. I got the scrolling ticker. I got my man's info down there. We're doing real big things, stepping it up. Tell me what you think. I got the comment box. You drop a comment, I can bring it into the show real time. Now that that's out the way, man, let's get into it. I got a couple of special guests, as you see on the screen. First up, my man, Coach McCann. He's been on the show before. Great man, upstate New York, part of Elite Raw Talent, owner, founder of King to King Training and Mentoring. I got that right. And then,
Yes.
second of all, I got my man, Jimmy, the Bear Scott, out of upstate New York. All-star
Sir.
stud of a player. You're going to learn a little bit about him, too. That's what Spotlight 39 is all about. We're sharing stories all day long, man. So let's get into it. Let's have some fun. First, for the people that didn't see the segment, Coach McCann, tell us a snapshot of who you are and what you do, my man.
Man, thank you for having me on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I'm a coach, a trainer, I'm a wide receiver coach at school in Buffalo, New York. I'm also a recruiting coordinator, specifically for Jimmy Scott. And some of the guys in the area, some guys from out of state. I work at also with Elite Raw Talent.
The Coach Raw down in the A.
Yes, sir. Out in the A, one of the up and coming big time things, you know what I'm saying? Everyone follow that. And that's just me, just getting guys to college, training guys up, mentoring them, and then just helping them with some recruiting.
Sounds like a plan. So we're going to see how well you do, all right? We're going to hear it
Yes,
from the
sir.
horse's mouth, right? So let's bring in my man, Jimmy. Tell us formally who you are, where you're from, what you do, and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah, well, I'm Jimmy the Bear Scott, from Buffalo, New York. And you know, this past year and a half has been crazy for me as far as recruiting. Racked up about 20 Division I offers, all Power 5, and you know, the marathon continues. You know, we just getting started.
Oh, man, that's it. That's it. So upstate New York, class of 22, right? And if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, you go to what, St. Francis up there?
Yeah, St. Francis High
Okay.
School.
So when on your Twitter, you're labeled as a DN, right? Number 1 DN in the state of New York, by the way, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's earned, not given. Make that clear.
Mhm.
So DN, and then you play a little bit of running back. Are you playing much running back now, or are you predominantly on the defensive side of the ball?
It's mostly gonna be defense, but you know, I'm still toe to pill. You know, I love playing running back. I've been doing this since I was a kid, so
Okay.
it's gonna be more, you know, defense. But you know, I'm still run the ball. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. So you can look real good when you get that strip fumble, right?
Yes, sir.
You ain't going down. So look, man, that's awesome. So being in New York, right? That was once considered the epicenter of the pandemic that we're living in, which is super unfortunate. But nonetheless, you know, you haven't been able to play ball, right? You didn't play any football in the fall. You've kind of been limited to what you could do. But I think we got some spring ball coming up soon, right?
Yeah, definitely excited for that.
Yeah. So when's the season looking to kick off? You know, when you get to put on some pads, You know, when do we go out there and play with your brothers? Did we lose connection?
I think he might be muted. But I think it all starts, I think, March 22nd in this area that they can start practicing and stuff.
Okay.
I know April we got 5 games and then 2 playoffs. I think they follow his being a different conference, so I think they follow the same exact thing.
Okay. So nonetheless, you're going to play some ball. You know, when the temperatures start to rise, right?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. We got audio, man. So he was just filling in the gaps for us, telling us that it looks like you're going to be playing some ball in into March, right? So
Hmm.
that's exciting. You get to go out there and play. I believe it's your junior year, right?
Yeah, my junior year. Yep.
Good year. So you get to go out there, play some ball, get some film, right? And then so with that, with all this extra time, the extended time, right? I call it an extended off season. What have you been doing
Mhm.
to prepare yourself for this coming season?
Like you said, it's an extended off season, so basically everything I would do in the regular off season, I doubled that. As far as speed work and trying to get on the field and living in the weight room. You know what I mean? So really just focusing on what I needed to work on. Last year. You know what I mean?
I got you. That was gonna be my next question, man. So coming out of last season, right? What is the biggest opportunity that you recognize that you're putting focus on that you really want to improve on or perfect your craft even better this coming season?
Yeah. Well, I mean, last year it was my first year playing defense.
Okay.
I did my thing, but it was a lot of stuff I could have worked on. As far as getting off the ball, using my hands more, being more aggressive. Um, I put a big emphasis on that. This off season. So once we get out there in springtime, it's definitely gonna be a movie.
There we
Definitely.
go. There we go. I like it, man. So Coach McCann, what you got, man? You work with him, you deal with him on a regular. What would you say are some of his biggest strengths?
Man, his biggest strength is his off season. Not many kids take it serious like him. Like he's I think he gained about 35 pounds of muscle. So, trying to chop him down now and trying to block him at 260, 258 now at 6'3" is gonna be kind of tough. So just being more violent. He now knows that he can go around and swing his arms, and now he can be the punisher instead of being punished with being chop blocked all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I got
He
you.
was entire. That's his biggest attribute is his all season workout. He don't
Okay.
complain. Say, hey, everybody go get some work in. All right, then pick me up. So he always ready for it.
Now that's cool, man. So always putting in the work, perfecting the craft, staying focused to the game, right? So
Definitely.
the next question is, man, are you as focused in the classroom as you are on the sidelines or on the field?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a priority. My parents been on me since day one about that. Because we don't live in a time where you can have athletic ability and not have it in the classroom. You got to be well rounded. So my parents, especially my pops, he instilled that in me early. So right now my average been floating around at 85 for about the past 2 years. So just trying to maintain that throughout high school.
There you go. So you got the grades, right? So whatever school that you decide to call home for the next 3, 4, 5 years, whatever that case looks like, you're going to be able to get accepted. They have nothing
Definitely.
to worry about, my man. So with that, let's talk a little bit about the recruiting process. And like I said, we're not going to put you on a spot. That's not what this is about. It's more so of how it started, right? So at what point did your recruiting process start? What was your breakthrough moment where you got your first DM, you got your first phone call? Coach McCann got hit. Whoever it was, what was the breakthrough moment? At what point in your high school career?
Yeah, a couple people know this story, but basically, UB, that was my first offer, University of Buffalo.
Okay, that
And
would make
Coach McCann knew. He knew, like, probably that Monday. He knew the whole week. And he kept telling me, like, make sure you in school on Friday. So he told my parents, told my coach, my high school coach, and they all knew. So they was trying to keep a secret from me. And he was just saying, make sure you at school on Friday. Something big happening. So I'm like, all right. And then I go to school on Friday, and I meet with Coach Lightpool and Coach Kodonicki, and they basically tell me, you're a sophomore, we can't really talk to you right now, but you know, give me a call later, and I got some good news for you. And I gave him a call a couple hours later, and he told me he wanted to offer me a full scholarship, and the ball just been rolling on and on and on from there. You know what I mean?
So the big question is, do you remember what you did after you got that phone call, or is it all a blur?
Oh yeah, it was last period, and I went in the hallway, and I was on the phone, and then all my friends, they like gathered around me, they was hyping me up. They was all loud on the phone too, so it was definitely a dope moment I'll never forget.
That's huge. So they came, they hit you up in school, right? And then at that point, I'm going to assume, much like the other young men that I've had on the show, that it's probably a domino effect, right? So Buffalo
Mhm.
said, hey, we want you to be on our team. We want you to be a part of what we got going on. And then at that point, other programs were like, you know what, Buffalo's coming to call. I'm gonna come to call, right? And we want you to be a part. And that's how you got to the blessings that you got, right? So if anybody
Mhm.
watched the little countdown ticker, they got to see the dope little edit that you got. That's got, I don't know how many offers we got, 30-ish plus, right? Give or
No, you
take
got 20.
20. All right,
20.
all right. So so 20, right? You still got a whole another 2 seasons of football to play, man. So I think more blessings will come your way. Continue to do what you do, man. But that's cool. Now for those programs, what specifically are you looking for at this point? When you start to consider, narrowing down whatever your options are. What are you looking for? When you are basically recruiting the recruits, right? So what are you looking for in a program, to potentially call home?
Obviously a good football program. But not just a place that's going to develop me as a football player. I'm looking for a place that's going to develop me as a man. Um, whether that's meeting the people and building the connections I got to build, and stuff like that. What they say, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So I'm definitely looking forward to building relationships with not only coaches and people, the alum, and just people like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense, man. So, you definitely want a good football program, somebody that's going to make sense for you and your skill set. And then the fact that you want to build relationships with not just the coaching staff, but to take it a step further and look out to the alum that are part of that program, I think speaks volume for exactly who you are and what your character represents. So, that was very well said, my man. Um, Now let's do this. Let's stop talking about football, man. Let's erase that concept, because we can look at the huddle. I mean, you got some crazy good film, and it's only going to get better, right? I can talk to my man, Coach McCann. He can tell me all the good, but what he can't tell me, and what your huddle and what your Twitter, your social media, that's only going to tell me what you want it to tell me, right? So this is
Right.
a great opportunity for you to tell us who you are as a person, right? So when you're not playing football, when you're not working out for football, man, when you're not playing football on the sticks, who are you, man? What are you involved with? What do you like to do? What kind of music do you listen to? All that fun stuff, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm a cool dude. You know what I mean? I ain't nothing too special. You know what I mean? I play the game, play video games. Big man guy.
Okay.
Xbox and PS4. Anybody can get the smoke. You know what I mean? Anybody, no matter who. And as far as music goes, my music taste, it's a little different. My favorite rapper is Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
R.I.P. to him. Marathon continues, but yeah, man.
You involved in any community involvement? Do you do anything with the youth? Anything like that?
As far as the community stuff goes, my mom, she owns a hair salon
Okay.
in the inner city of Buffalo, and every year we do a Christmas drive and a Thanksgiving drive. So I say I'm pretty involved in the community.
Oh man, that's big. So you got the grades, you got the talent, you got the community involvement, right? So I think you
Yes,
got
sir.
all the right pieces to fit in any locker room, right? I think you're going to be a natural born leader wherever you decide to call home. And I'm super excited to watch it unfold, my man. So with that, I'm going to let Coach McCann take us out with a few more insightful tips when it comes to recruiting, because my man, he's part of your team, right? And he's got several different blessings. So in order to get those blessings, obviously you got to have talent, but there's a little bit more to it. So what would you lend, what advice would you lend to any student athlete looking to play next level ball, my man?
Man, what I would say, man, whatever you put on the tape is what you're gonna be rewarded with. So every time you take off a play, say that's an opportunity for a scholarship lost. Say make sure your huddle was right, make sure Twitter is right. Make sure you got all the information on there. You know what I'm saying? Watch what you liking, retweeting, all that stuff. Watch how you talking to coaches, man. A lot of guys, they just want to talk about offers. Had a 2-hour conversation today with a coach about just life. Didn't talk nothing about Jimmy, none of the other guys on the roster. And then he texted me back an hour later, like, dang, man, we talked about life. I forgot to ask about the kids in the area. So, coaches, they want to build a relationship. They don't want to just offer a kid just because, yeah, you're talented, but you might not fit that scheme personality-wise. And like how Jimmy said, off the field. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Jimmy talk about all the time. He wants to, look also to it, the coaches of who could develop him as a man. That's important because after football, outside those lines, you're a man 24/7. You know what I'm saying? In between them lines, you're a man too. So, if he's not building you up, you know what I'm saying, to that adversity, you're away from your family and you're away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, once he go to college and some of my guys go to college, the communication slows down because it's football, it's schoolwork, and it's football. It's weight room, it's rehabbing, you know what I'm saying? And you got family members, you got everyone trying to hit you up. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy says, and that's what I've held on to since he put me on the Nipsey Hustle, one of our car Syracuse. You know what I'm saying? The marathon definitely continues. And I think that's the most important part is everyone has to realize it's not a sprint. It's really not like a 40 dash. Like this guy 1 week had 0. You know what I'm saying? Before his whole thing blew up, we had top 5. His top 5, no one even knew him in his top 5. Who he wanted to go to.
Right.
But every night I kept telling him, bro, just go to sleep. Nobody right now. You can wake up tomorrow with free education.
That's it.
And he gave it to him. I said, man, not to be greedy, but tomorrow you might wake up as a Power 5. You never know. And 2 weeks later, in the same weekend, he got 2 Power 5. And then after that, we start changing our philosophy of just run the marathon. Just run. 1 week he had 10. You know what I'm saying? So for months it was quiet because we haven't played football. Everyone else is playing football.
That's it.
Everyone has a time and place. Like right now, we right where our feet is. He has 20 opportunities. That's the biggest thing. You just have to realize it's a time and place, and you got to be where you need to be at, where your run is at. You know what I'm saying? Be in the right spot, right?
Nah, man. Look, well said. Like that was a little more than I was expecting, so I appreciate that. We took him to school, right? But that's
Hey,
what
man,
it's all about, though, man. It's all about getting the word out there, trying to help these student athletes, man. That's the whole reason why I created Spotlight 39. And being that we're live, I'm gonna give you a 2-second reason behind why we started Spotlight 39 for those that don't know. If you take a look at the logo behind me, is the background. That's my man Darius Minor. That's my cousin through marriage. It's my wife's blood cousin. He was committed to the University of Maine. Went out there as a freshman in 2018. 2 weeks into camp, unfortunately, he passed away on the football field doing what he loved. And for that's why I started this whole podcast. I wanted to help and give back as much as I could. It was something that he was incredibly passionate about. It was probably the happiest time in his life. And I felt, what better way than to carry his name on by helping other kids, right? In very similar like situations. So that's exactly what I did. Took it to another level. Here we are, all kinds of special guests. I got 0-star kids. I got 5-star kids. I got kids with 0 blessings. I got kids with 50 blessings, man. It's all about sharing a story. And I think everybody's got a story to share, and everybody's story can, impact somebody in a positive way. And I think my man Jimmy shared a hell of a story, heck of a story. I apologize, YouTube. But nonetheless, man, I think he shared a great story, and I think he can, really inspire and help other, student athletes, that might not have any blessings, right? Maybe they change the way they do some things. Maybe they listen to your advice and they, they decide to change the way they do things, right? But nonetheless, that's what Spotlight 39 is all about. Fellas, I appreciate you jumping on, man. This was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Coach McCann, man, I look forward to having you back. We're going to run this back several times. That's the hope, man. We're going to do big things. We're going to blow it up. Spotlight 39 coming to you live on the regular. Let's go. Until next time, I'm Rob Odie. I appreciate you, Coach. I appreciate you, Jimmy. Let's stay in contact. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Good luck in your season.
Sure.
Until next time, let's go.